So let's go into how the term wacko has come to be part of common parlance of the Canadian right. Let's show this clip of Speaker Greg Fergus, who's supposed to be impartial. However, he's a Liberal MP, being completely partisan by booting Pierre Poilievre out of question period earlier this week.
Mr. Speaker, it is a choice for him to implement extremist policies that have taken the lives of 2,500 British Columbians every single year. Since the NDP has asked him to reverse course on his and formerly their radical policy, 22 British Columbians have died of drug overdoses. But he continues to allow those drugs to kill the people in our hospitals and on our public transit. When will we put an end to this wacko policy by this wacko Prime Minister?
No. That is not there are a couple of things which are going on here today, which is not acceptable. And I ask all members, please, to keep themselves, to control themselves. I'm going to ask two things. One, I'm going to ask the Honourable Leader of the Opposition to withdraw that term, which is not considered parliamentary.
Mr. Speaker, I replace wacko with extremist. He is an
The Honourable Member to please. I'm going to ask the Leader of the Opposition once again to just withdraw that comment, please. And I'll invite the Honourable Member. I'm going to ask the Honourable Leader of the Opposition to please withdraw that comment and simply withdraw that comment.
I'll replace it with radical Baptist policy.
I am not asking to replace. I'm asking the Honourable Member to just simply withdraw.
Mr. Speaker, I replace the word wacko with extremist.
I'm going to ask the Honourable Leader of the Opposition one last time to please withdraw that comment and simply withdraw that comment.
I simply withdraw and replace with the aforementioned adjective.
Mr. Poilievre, I have to name you for disregarding the authority of the chair. Pursuant to the authority granted to me by Standing Order 11, I order you to withdraw from the House and from any participation by video conference for the remainder of this day's sitting.
You know, as Greg Fergus, I've seen that clip 1,000 times. I can't get enough of it. But as Greg Fergus was talking there, I was like, what animal does he remind me of? Then I was like, a tree frog? Like the way he's I know this is not the point of all of this, but as he's standing there, like the whole upper part of his head doesn't even move. Like he sort of looks like a chameleon, like the lizard, if you look dead on. But there was nothing unparliamentary about that language. The Liberals swear in the House of Commons all the time. Justin Trudeau is out there elbowing people, calling people a piece of excrement, and I'm cleaning up my language for the sake of our viewers at home. The Liberals call the Conservative names all the time, unparliamentary language, but to accurately describe Justin Trudeau's drug decriminalization policy as wacko, that's what got Poilievre tossed out, and it became a complete and total win for the Conservatives, by the way, because the Liberals don't even understand how social media works. If you go to their X accounts, that much is clear. It became a complete and total viral win for the Conservatives. And by the way, if you want the shirt that the Liberals don't want you to have, go to TrudeauIsWacko.com or the Rebel News store. at rebelnewsstore.com. You can get yourself a Trudeau is Wacko t-shirt. I love it. Because it looks like he's been declared Wacko, like with the stamp on it. So, and it's $39 and free international shipping. So get yourself one of those. It's the shirt the Liberals don't want you to have, saying the thing the Liberals don't want you to say. Fight censorship, one t-shirt at a time at trudeauiswacko.com. Let's keep going because that all was based around Justin Trudeau's support for drug decriminalization, which has ended in death, decay, and destruction in British Columbia. Thankfully, in Alberta, we're choosing a different path forward. We believe in the dignity of the individual and the potential of human beings to find a way to be clean. We will not enable our people into the grave because behind every dead drug addict is a family. And so we are not taking that road. Thank you, Danielle Smith, our premier. But Trudeau was asked about his support for taxpayer-funded heroin, meth, and other hard drugs because it's significant enough now in British Columbia that even BC Premier David Eby, who was in favor of this policy, who pushed this policy, he is now saying, we need them all again. I am now opposed to my very own policy and I want the feds to help me roll this all back. So Justin Trudeau was asked if he would roll back his policy by a member of, I think it was the mainstream media, who are starting to finally do their jobs in the dying days of this government. So let's watch that clip.
Health Canada is reviewing BC's request for a ban of drug use in public spaces. Given how serious the problem is, how urgent is it for that request to be approved?
We have, from the very beginning, worked closely with the government of British Columbia as they wanted to move forward on a pilot project. We've continue to work with them as they are asking to modify that pilot project. We will do so in alignment with them and work with them on making sure that it's done right. This is a serious crisis faced by communities and individuals right across this country. We're always going to be there to work in responsible, fact-based, compassion-grounded ways on this public health crisis as a public health crisis in ways that are right for every jurisdiction and led by every jurisdiction.
What? So the jurisdiction of British Columbia is trying to lead on this now, trying to like pull a 180, and they're not getting any help from the feds. And while they're not getting any help from the feds, people are dying. You know, imagine during the HIV crisis, if you were just giving people needles, dirty needles. That's what the Liberal government is doing right now with the opioids. I don't understand it. I don't like, this is an easy win. You could say, okay, BC wants our help to change course. We're going to do that. We're a government that listens. They don't even listen to their own side on this. We're not saying they have to be Alberta on this issue, but perhaps recriminalize doing drugs in a park where little kids are playing would be helpful. Nope. There's Justin Trudeau just hanging on to this failed policy like a millstone around his neck, sinking to the bottom of the lake. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, I guess.